Hey guys, welcome to my SOFHAB review series, and this time I'll be covering the Netflix anime movie My Only Girl, and joining me once again is Rascal.
Hello.
Now this Netflix movie focuses on high school student Hiragi as he encounters an only girl named Sumugi, and as he joins her on her journey to find her missing mother, more secrets are revealed about Sumugi and the world of Oni. But
before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and click notification bell to on upcoming reviews and other videos.
Yes, and this was a release on May 24th. Finally got to watch it. It's directed by Tomotaka Shibayama, written by Tomotaka Shibayama as well, along with Yuko Kakihara. And there's an English dub as well as a sub for those of you interested.
Right.
So basically in this movie you've got your opposites with Hiragi. He's a first-year high school student who can't refuse requests. He wants to be accepted by others, and he struggles with telling people no, basically.
Yeah.
He will do whatever anybody asks him to do.
Yeah.
Even though he does all that, he doesn't have close friends, and he reminds me of Koichi in Vigilantes, where he was always trying to help people.
Yeah.
But people didn't really take to him.
Right.
So one day, he ends up meeting Sumugi when it snows out of the ordinary in the summer. And as we mentioned, she's searching for her human mom in the human world. But unlike Hiragi, she doesn't care what other people think. You can tell by how she dresses, how she acts, and how she behaves.
Right. And the movie itself is not even that long. I believe it's 90 minutes or
112 minutes.
Okay, it's 112 minutes. And one thing against it is that the build up to what the movie's going for takes a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it's supposed to be the journey of these two characters together, going on a kind of sort of road trip, like you said, self-realization, everything. But it feels like they didn't really get into that until near the end of the film, because she kind of treats him kind of like the other people do and take advantage, and she does learn and realize that he's done a lot for her and was never appreciative of it. No one else notices this but her, but you do get the growth. It just takes a while for it to happen in the movie, and you're kind of just wondering, like, what kind of character is this?
And she's not a tsundere. She just...
No, this is just her personality.
Yeah, exactly. And that really hurts the movie because it's slow. And it's slow moving. And it's nice to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And you really don't get to learn much about the characters. His parents, his dad's just as bad as the other people. He loves him, but he doesn't know how to speak to him and how to treat him.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the movie, he realizes he's wrong and he rectifies it. But, like Rascal said, all these people are treating Hiragi the same way. And it's pretty crappy.
Yeah, especially if you've known people like this to be kind and they're being taken advantage of, and it's just treated like, it's okay.
So, at one point, you find out that these snow monsters, is that what they're called?
Sort of. They're almost like the Wendigos and MLP, where they're completely different from what they've been.
Oh, they're not Wendigos. To me, they remind me more of the ones from Suzume.
Yes, when they had the creatures that fed off negative emotions. And that's almost exactly what it does here, only it's actually taking the people with the negative emotions and feeding off of them. But they don't kill them.
They're called snow gods, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they don't kill the people exactly. Sort of just, I guess, take the energy from them. I guess they just keep feeding off of them. It's a really weird thing they have. And they only attack ones that constantly have these emotions, so not everybody sees it when it's out there.
So, coming off of him, you see these look like little white puffs of smoke, but she says they're actually snow oni every time there's negative emotions.
Yeah.
And so at one point he actually gets eaten by one of these, and he ends up getting an oni horn.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, you've been turned to an oni," and we're like, "What?"
Like, that's how
really
it works?
weird, because he gets turned into an oni, and then does it go away?
Yeah, at one point it goes away and it's cured, but none of the others are like that.
And
so
none
you
of
kind
it's
of wonder.
explained.
Yeah, it's never explained. Are they turned into Oni, as they're suggesting with him, or have they been Oni all their lives, and is there a mixture of some born like that, some are half and half, or are some turn into that? They never really go into that. They just say they just hidden from humans because of that, and that's it.
And that's one of the things that fails about this movie. There's too many plot holes and too many things that aren't explained. And you don't have to have someone explaining it to you, but having discourse within the realm of the movie where the characters talk about it and you kind of get your answer indirectly. But that never happens, and there's just so many unanswered questions. And that really hurts the movie along with the slow pace.
Yeah.
Another point in the movie, you end up seeing Smugi's dad, and they make him look like Gojo when he makes those expressions when he's angry. It's obvious he was a reference to him.
Right.
And you can see references to other characters as well. No one in this movie ever gets true character development.
No.
You see where they begin it and then it drops off, or you see that it's well intentioned and going in that direction, but it never happens.
Especially when they're jumping from place to place throughout the movie.
Yeah. So let's talk about the voice cast. We're not familiar with anybody in here. I think 2 people.
Yeah, which is a surprise.
You have Michael Johnston voicing Haragi, Victoria T. Washington as Smugi. Also appearing are David Arrigo Jr., Jeannie Torrado, whom we know, Cindy Robinson, Steve Kramer, Kif Vender Huville, Kirsten Day, Richard Tatum, and Yatko, who is Nobara.
Yeah,
she actually does like 5 different voices.
Yeah.
Young Ye, Nancy Lenari, and Kitana Turnbull. So they didn't go with any bigger name VAs.
Not this time.
That being said, everyone does a great job.
Yeah. And that does get in the way because, like we said, it drags so long. And you're seeing different characters and how everyone handles negative emotions and grief and misunderstandings. And there's different ways people have reactions. And it was an interesting idea. The problem is that it never stays long enough on these characters as they're traveling. Nor does it take time to develop the 2 main characters. It kind of just comes in near the end of the 3rd act immediately, with her realizing she has been taking him for granted at the end. He realizes he has been standing for himself at the end. It literally takes the entire film to do it rather than slowly realizing it. And it just feels like they were just beginning to have events happen and segues, and where they're moving from place to place and he gets kidnapped. It's just all happening to just pad out the runtime rather than actually do something with it.
And then, of course, by the end, you know, they've fallen for each other. What I would have liked to have seen more of that dynamic as to how that happened. Here was just a lot of different things happening, and then you see flashbacks when one's remembering and realizing it. It didn't do enough to give you the impression that this was genuine and fluid and organic. And unfortunately, that hurts the movie as well. Now, what's interesting is that this movie was first teased in April 2022 with the Whisker Away co-director Tomotaka Shibayama as director. And the title hadn't been revealed. And it's actually part of a 3-film exclusive deal between Colorado and Netflix that started with Drifting Home. So we've got one more movie on the way.
Right.
So we know we got one more movie coming to Netflix from Studio Colorado, along with Twin Engine. And we don't know when it's coming out.
Right.
But hopefully this movie will have more going forward. We did see Drifting Home.
Yes.
And it had the same kind of slow pace.
Yeah.
Except for Drifting Home, the story was more engaging. And it had more going on that kept you integrated into the movie one.
Especially since everything was almost taking place at one time. While they were still traveling, they were still in one area where there wasn't time to really bounce all over the place.
Right. So if you've seen My Only Girl on Netflix, let us know in the comments. Did you like it? Did you think it was okay? Were there any standout scenes for you? Let us know what you think. If you haven't, it's available exclusively on Netflix to stream. Come back, tell us what you think.
And be sure to like, subscribe, and click notification bell on upcoming reviews, hacks, videos, and other types of stuff on SOFHAB's channel.
And thank you for joining us for these reviews, manga and Netflix, and other things that we really like or recommend, and in some cases we don't like. And most of all, thank you for joining me yet again, Rascal.
It'll be time for you to join my channel soon again.
Yay. If you haven't visited our channel, Rascal Entertainments, again, what are you waiting for? Lots of good stuff. Get over there, check it out, and give her a hey in the comments.
Thank you.
So,
thank you so much for watching. I'm Rascal.
I'm Julie.
Have a fantastic day.
Continue to be happy, healthy, whole, and also wonderful, my specials. See you next time.
旅が終わったら紬のそばにいたいんだ。柊に会えてよかった。紬！ 映画「好きでも嫌いな天の弱」